Thank you so much for having me.
What is going on? How are you today? What is going on in LA?
Good. We just have been like crazy busy with Mary, and then between all the projects we had like business meeting. Actually, we I finally got to take Mary on a date last night, last minute. Then end up by going to business meeting right away after. So we finished, we came back home. It was like I don't know, like almost 12, 11:30, something like that.
I
And
saw
then,
you guys went on a date last night. Well, listen, thank you for fitting me into your schedule. I mean,
of course, no
you've been
worries.
at Coachella, you've been at Stagecoach Festival. I mean,
Can
I don't
hide.
know. I don't know where you find. Well, listen, for anyone that doesn't believe that all of you hang out, that all the agents of the Oppenheim group hang out, just go in. You guys were all at Stagecoach together. You were all at
Yeah.
Coachella. So does anything exciting happen at either of those festivals? I mean, you guys look like you had a lot of fun.
No, I mean, we went there and we actually tried to spend some time. Actually, so nothing really like incredible happened. We just actually went and get to spend some time and chill a little bit because when we are actually in LA, it's just like nonstop, 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 nonstop. So which is good, I can't complain. It's just like we have a crazy laugh and I don't know if we even share that enough or something like that, but like a lot of things doesn't happen. Like it's not like 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 or whatever it is. We just been working like crazy and nonstop like since this morning. Like finish at 11:30 last night. Wake up at 5:30 this morning. Since then nonstop, and then right away after that we have another business meeting. So no, but I mean things are going well. It just been super busy, and I mean I'm thankful also for being that busy.
It's
That's
like a far cry from growing up in France, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
I mean, growing up in France, like, could you ever see this? Like, could you ever see your life like in LA and just living? Listen, people would kill. I mean, I'm in New York City. These are the places that people would kill to live in the US, right?
I know, yeah, yeah. No, I am really thankful and grateful for all the opportunity that came my way, and for everything that I'm able to do and g- get to live like every day, since I'm here. Um, after no, obviously I don't think it would be possible, being in France and have this kind of life, but also that's why I decided to move from France is because I didn't want to have that type of life. Even though I'm missing my family, my friends, and some food also. um, yeah, no, that's why I moved because I wanted actually to have that type of life. So that's also something special. Not everyone can do it because it's like nonstop, like 100 miles an hour, like every day, and then we don't get to see anything. But that's a choice I made, and don't regret it at all. And I will pick the same choice again and again. So
Did you move to LA originally? Was it because of modeling? Is that the reason that you moved?
modeling and also as a chef. Cause so I was living in Australia just before I came here. I mean I've been moving all around the world since I was 18 years old, but I was living in Australia because I came in the US just before going to Australia, and I had to wait like 3 more months to get my visa. It was something silly, and I couldn't wait. Like I mean it was 6 months total, but I had like the 3 months to his visa. So basically I was just missing those 3 months. And so they said, no, you have to go back and you have to do the things. So I decided to go back over there. And so I decided to move to Australia to meet one of my friends that was supposed to come here with me. And then last minute, when I was living in Australia, I fell in love with like the city. I was living in Sydney. It was totally, yeah, I feel like it's a
Nice.
small LA. So, it also kind of like, but yeah, I always wanted to come here, and then I got the opportunity from a job as a chef and also for modeling. So both opportunity came up, and for I had to think a little bit about it because I'm like, I found the spot in there. I was all like settled down and I had my place. I have everything, and I was loving, but I didn't want to live with a regret to see like what could have happened if I did make the choice to move to the US. You know what I mean? It could have been like a total like I could have screwed myself over and then just like just go down, and then nothing could have happened right, and then I just would have like regret. But at least I would have rather do that and then I had to go back and then restart and everything because I was losing a lot by leaving Australia and last minute and everything. But at least I would have be able to tell myself, like, I don't have any regret. I know what happened. I tried. We failed, but I tried.
Totally.
Because, if I didn't, then you always will live like with like what could have happened if I moved there. And I'm like, I don't know.
And is
So,
this true that you met Mary like 2 days after you got to LA? Is that true?
so basically I came back to France. So I was in France for about like 6 months. So when I was moving to when I came back and was moving here to work for a French company, those boss that I was coming to work for had a friend in common with Mary. So when they came, because they were living in Miami, so when they came here, they got in touch with Mary to find a place and everything. And so they told her, they said, oh, we're going to have like a couple of French chefs that's coming. That obviously, they're going to be looking for a place. Would you mind? So we were talking with Mary for like about like 3 or 4 months, something like that before, almost, no, even more, like probably like close to be 6, not right away when I came back to France, but almost. So for 6 months, but she was sending me place, but I'm like, unfortunately, I'm still waiting for my visa. So, I still, and so basically, well, as soon as I got my visa, I think 2 days after, so I was on the plane. I flew to LA and I landed. And so I actually called Mary and I said, well, I'm finally here. We can look. And she said, well, funny enough, I'm in France. I'm like, what? I'm like, it's been 6 months waiting for me to move here. And now I'm here. You went to where I was. So that was funny. But she said, no, don't worry. I'm coming back the next day. So I think I came here on the Wednesday. She flew back on Thursday and we met on Friday. And so on the Friday, so I met her and I'm like, wow. So I asked her out, I think 2 or 3 days after. And I said, so a week after, basically, we went out and we started dating. So, but I met her, yeah, basically like 2 days after, a day and a half after I landed in LA.
And she was trying to help you find an apartment.
Exactly.
Did
And that
she
was the funny
find you
joke.
an apartment?
Yeah, yeah, she did. The funny joke, it was like, I think the second place actually when we went there. So and the owner was there and actually make a joke because he was like, so is it for both of you? And she said, and we both laughed. And then she said, no, I'm the realtor, and then he's my client. And so we're laughing about it. And so later on, I said, see, even people already saw us together before. So
People knew.
yeah.
So you move and like, what was it? Because like, you think like you were young, you are young, you would think like, LA, it's a good city to be a single guy in, right? Like you didn't want to go out and like play the single LA field.
I could have. Nah, obviously I have a past. I've been